Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen, back again. To my right, Levi Gates.
Oh, Dane, that voice is so salty and smooth. I like it.
Barely, but I'm working on it. Fisherman's friend. I was sick, and now it's helping me. Anthony Fisher across from me.
Dane, not only are you sounding smooth, but you are looking smooth as well.
Looking sharp.
Man.
You know?
What you guys can't see is
Sometimes.
Dane's got Yeezys on under this table.
Oh, yeah.
And a Dixon flannel.
I am
One
officially...
of us.
One of us. One of us.
See what they do?
The fun part
what's
is,
been done here?
what I love to know, what I love is that Adam Thurman is also chanting along when he heard that.
Oh, yeah.
And the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dylan Von Kleist, is also
Chanting
chanting
along.
it as he's driving, listening to this.
Yeah.
So,
as well.
you've
So-
tried to introduce one more person, I guess.
Yes,
I
I
should say.
still need to introduce Morgan McMurray.
Hey, glad to be here.
Morgan,
Oh,
when's
thank
your
you for
Dixon
joining
flannel
us.
arriving?
I don't know. I looked on my email and there's not like a shipping. I didn't get like an email that was like, oh, your order's
So-
been shipped.
Oh.
For those that don't know,
Mine
right,
arrived today. Not this one.
Dixon Flannel
Another one.
had one of the best Black Friday
Friday
sales
sales.
that
Still
I have
going on.
personally ever seen, and it's still going on to this
Yeah.
day. On Friday and Friday only, they had $75 free shipping. Well, free shipping once you hit $75. But then they also had a ton of specials for $29 flannels, as well as windbreakers, jackets, you name it.
Yeah,
socks,
t-shirts.
bikinis.
I picked up a T-shirt for $12.
I picked up a
And I
bikini
love
for
their
10.
T-shirts.
Wow.
What?
Yikes.
Nah, they were 20. I don't think that's they were
then maybe that
individual
was a
items.
different website. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is they had a great Black Friday sale, and everybody here at the Rag Company ordered a.
It was we called
crap
it
ton.
Flannel Friday because literally employees of the Rag Company were purchasing
We need
Dixon
to start
flannels.
actually doing that.
So that was
We need-
pretty
We
great.
need Flannel Friday.
It was
actually.
awesome.
So I ended up buying. I ended up buying a couple windbreakers for myself. I
did you
got
get one of the lined jackets or just the windbreaker?
just the windbreaker. I didn't get
Okay.
the lines. The line jackets, those were still a little expensive, but I went with the windbreaker, and then I got a flannel as a birthday present. Somebody asked me what I wanted, and I said, on this day,
Very
this
nice.
is what I want.
Yeah.
But I ended up actually buying 3 of the $29 flannels, the Dark Horses, as gifts for this Christmas.
Excellent.
That I can
For
give
yourself.
to other friends, and family
okay.
members that
All
are, who may have not heard of Dixon flannel. So I'm
Yeah.
giving the
gift of
Dixon. Yeah,
Okay, very nice.
that was
Yeah.
weirdly.
Yeah,
Dixon Christmas.
I also I purchased a shirt for myself. I got the platoon and a T-shirt. So
Yeah.
I'm not wearing the platoon. Obviously, this is the Devil Dog, the first Dixon flannel I ever bought.
Yeah.
I bought it the month of December,
Wow.
With a resale value of close to $150,
which is crazy.
to think about.
It is
That
weird.
these flannels are going
So
for
I
that
could
much on
sell
the
my
open market.
flannel.
That's a hype brand for
And
you.
make like $500.
You could.
Dang.
Just
If you get into a dark place, that's what we're left with.
Yeah.
Now,
Nice.
Dane, tell us what
is wearing
flannel
his
you're
first.
wearing.
It only took him 1 year to purchase
Yeah.
a flannel from when I
Yeah.
said buy one. So,
Eventually,
very
it
excited.
sank in when the Black Friday sale came around. I looked and said, yeah, all right, fine.
So tell us about it.
It's gangrene. Gangrene. It's green, and I'm not gang affiliated.
What do you
That would
like
be a
about it?
mistake, But I like how vibrant it is. I like how
It
it,
is.
just
You like
it
the
just
Hot Topic
pops.
vibes.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit of that. Although I was never really one of the Hot Topic kids. So.
So-
It's
Your
kind of
profile
fun because
pictures
it's
say
kind of a
otherwise.
good Christmassy
Ooh.
color. You remember I rocked this at the TRC Christmas party last year. This is what I wore.
Yeah.
You did. You did wear that last
Very
year.
Festive.
So one thing I
wonderful
like
shirt.
about Dixon is they got the great sleeve length, right? So arguably almost too long for certain people. But what I like about it is I don't have any binding, right?
Yeah.
If I'm ever driving in the car or doing any type of task, I don't have my sleeve getting into a point to where it's riding up, or I feel like my elbow has gotten caught on an area. I have plenty of room for travel, and obviously throwing baseballs.
Yeah, that's
Which-
that's because you do that a lot.
I do that quite a bit. But
Morgan,
Dane,
you'll be able to experience it as well once
Absolutely.
you put.
Dane likes it because it is meant for barrel-chested men, so
Yes.
it's meant for people that do have a little bit
It's
of
meant to
a
fix
bigger
the
torso.
frontal situation. Yeah.
And the backle situation.
And the sidle situation. Side
I'm
saddles.
kidding.
All
All right. So on a real note, this week we actually need to talk about detailing
Yes.
related some detailing
We
related
really
stuff
should. I
because
think there's some in the audience who feel like we only ever talk about our weekends.
well.
Say that every time.
So here's the deal.
Dane.
We're gonna
I
we,
detailed
we,
this
we,
weekend.
we will go through our weekends. I did some detailing this weekend as well. Not of any customers, but I just did some own detailing, some experimenting.
Whoa,
Are you
what's
kidding
that?
me? So you just break out an
What?
iron brew like it's just nothing. Where did you get that at?
This has been in my fridge.
Safe.
So did you save some for the rest of us, or is that just one of your
It's
last?
a 2010 reserve.
It's just one.
Just had
Wow.
it on
Lone
hand.
wolf
Do you
in
have a
it.
small cup you'd like to take a swig of it? I know
I-
you're kind of jonesing for it. So
I just haven't had a hit in a while. So
you're more welcome to take a
God.
hit of
No,
that.
I'm good for right now. But what I was gonna say though is that we're gonna talk about some detailing related stuff, but most importantly, we're gonna be talking about what's going on for Black Friday this week, right? Because we've had a lot of questions.
We got a lot of stuff coming up. We almost, I'd say we actually exceed the amount of items for sale on Black Friday than what Dixon Flannel had for their Black
Yeah.
Friday sale. I think we've got better deals.
Whoa.
That says a lot.
Whoa.
I think I'm going to say
You're
that.
just saying a mean game. So while we know of what technically the final list is going to be for that sale, as this sale is going to be going live here pretty soon, actually almost any minute now is where it would be. We are going to have some pretty wicked deals. One of them being, I'm not going to go too specific on everything inside of it, but it is a bucket deal. And that is something I think
bucket deal.
It's a bucket deal. It's a deal of a bucket, but it's freaking good.
It's
it's
Pretty much the be-all, end-all of buckets.
It's not just that; it's everything you're getting in the bucket for the price, and it's kind of like when we looked at that list. I looked at Jeff and I said,
You're giving away this. I said,
like-
you're going to give away the store. You're crazy. And he said, crazy like a fox.
I don't know if he said that exactly, but it was something close.
I don't remember that exchange happening.
I'm pretty sure he said that.
yeah,
Out-
so-
he said it out loud. I remember that.
This deal, so it's chemical related. Yes, it's microfiber related. Yes, it's detailing accessories related. But for the price, our free shipping model, and all of that we have, this is pretty much going to be one of our best buys of the year, hands down.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really do mean
And
that.
it's versatile, too. There's a lot you can do with it.
Like if this was a gift, you're going to give one of the best freaking gifts out there.
Yeah.
If you buy this for yourself, this is stuff that you're going to buy anyways, so you're going to save a crap ton of money on buying it in this kit. But it's going to be pretty awesome. Now, one thing I do want to answer is that people that aren't familiar, WOWOs will be releasing on December 9th. It will
They
not
are
be
part of the Black
They're
Friday
not
sale.
part of any Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, or anything
None
like
of that.
So don't hold out. If you're
Yeah.
sitting there like, well, I'll just wait until the WOWOs, maybe they might launch it. We're not going to launch it until
Well,
December
and
9th.
we're not
We
doing-
promise it won't be coming out Black Friday.
Yeah,
so
and
don't,
we're not-
don't expect a secret surprise.
We're not discounting WOWOs out the gate.
Absolutely
Just so
not.
everybody knows.
No,
Like,
absolutely not. Yeah.
You know, for us, that's not something that we want to do with the brand.
Well-
obviously, maybe later on this year, there'll be a sale here and there
Yeah.
or something like that. But, I mean, realistically, we're trying to help put the best foot forward with this brand. And the last thing
Yeah.
we want to do is drop it during Black Friday.
Think
or
of the
drop it
precedent
during,
you're
like,
setting,
yeah,
you know,
it-
and think of the image that is. If you come out the gate and you go, here's this awesome new thing that you're really proud of, and then you go, oh, and we're discounting all of it, like, then what does that say about it when
Right.
you do that?
Yeah.
It's to me, it doesn't send the right message. I know everybody's always excited, oh, get something for cheaper, but that's not
well, the prices are already
purpose.
extremely
and that's the thing,
reasonable.
they're
so
already
it's
a really good price.
it doesn't. Yeah, it's going to be totally fine. So you're not going to be missing out on anything.
No.
Now we do have something lined up to really kick off the WOWO stuff, and you're just going to have to stay tuned.
Yeah.
I'll
That'll
be
be
ready
fun.
for that on the 9th.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
But get ready for our Black Friday sale and get excited for it. We are.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
We've been, let's just say, for the sales and the items that we're putting out there, we've been preparing for it for the last 2 weeks. And so we started about 2 weeks ago, getting things pre-packed, getting things ready to go, because we have a feeling a lot of these specific kits and deals that we have are going to go really, really fast. But you're going to be able to save on a lot of the favorites, and
Well,
you know, you're going to have your
kind
you're
of
gonna-
explain, like, without giving too much away. Jeff and Carolyn were making a donation this year
yeah.
of some detailing products to our local area hospital. They are doing like a kind of their employee Christmas party or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're going to have some auction items and things that they reach out into the community for to be able for like a silent auction for
Yeah.
folks. And they put us in charge of building a bucket. And they said, the guy will be here by 2:00. Get it ready by then.
Yeah.
Well, the gentleman showed up like right when we opened the store. So
Yeah,
you and
I don't-
Anthony and I didn't have time to put this bucket together.
I don't know if folks are aware of this, but 8:30 a.m. is not 2 p.m.
Right.
Just
So,
laying that out there.
Anthony and I didn't have time to put, and we were just going to put a random bucket together of some products and stuff to go as a just a giveaway to, like we said, our local area hospital. And Jeff literally said, "We'll just put a Black Friday bucket together."
Yeah.
And my eyeballs went big, and I was like, "Seriously, that's a lot of items
Yeah.
that you want to do." He's like, "No, it's worth it."
Yeah.
And so I was surprised because of how much good stuff we put into that bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So, so really keep an eye out for the Black Friday sale. Go online, check it out, purchase it. I think you guys are going to love it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So,
The bucket deals are they're awesome. And
Yeah.
you think of like the practicality. The reason why you offer a bucket deal is because the bucket by itself, people always ask for buckets. It's hard to sell a bucket by itself, right? I mean, you sell a piece of plastic that sometimes is built better than others. The ones we
Well-
choose are really good, but it's a bunch of air inside. So when you
Yeah.
ship it, it's you're shipping a lot of air.
No, we
So
filled this bucket.
This is the only way we can really offer buckets to
And
customers.
it's a 5-gallon bucket,
through our
folks.
site.
It's not a 3-gallon or a 2.5
Correct.
gallon or
This is a legit,
cheap
full-on
plastic bucket. This is
high
a
quality
nice,
bucket.
high
Yeah.
grade black
So we mean business. And
plastic
Anthony,
bucket, not black, but white plastic bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So,
all right,
good
guys.
stuff.
So you wanted to talk detailing,
Yeah.
Talk about our
let's-
weekends. So
but let's talk some weekend stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. So should I take it away? I'll take it away.
Start us off.
Should I start it
start
out?
off?
Let's,
Okay.
let's see. What you got
Yeah.
going on?
So Friday night, let's see. So we got off work here.
Well,
and
you left early. We got off
Yeah.
work. You left early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go do some housing paperwork, things like that.
So you're now on the deed.
I'm now
Of
on
the
the
house?
I'm now on the
Title
deed.
deed
Yeah, we're
to your house?
Yeah,
Mr.
something were to
Deeds
happen
over here.
to Katie. I guess I'm
You get to
taking
live
over
in the house still.
taking over the household,
That's
right?
nice.
Yeah.
So Anthony is now technically a homeowner.
Yeah, thank you.
Good for you, buddy.
It feels
Good
about
job.
the same as it did before.
You can't see
um,
that.
But I would say so. Friday night, Katie went to a hockey game, right? So I had the night to myself, which I was really looking
very
forward to
nice,
because I'm
yeah.
like, what kind of shenanigans could I get into? So what I ended up doing was actually just doing working on the Evo, and I had to.
Did you wash it?
I did not wash
drive it?
You're
No.
working on taking it apart, if
No.
I remember correctly.
No.
You're
So-
disassembling
Taking it
it
apart,
completely to
yes.
clean it and then put it back together.
Yes.
The
So
whole car.
So this is
Very practical.
so this is something that I'm like crap, I can't believe I did this. So I took a Dremel, right?
To
And
the paint.
to the paint.
To the door.
Holy
To the
no.
side of the door.
No.
Okay.
I popped open the engine and I had to Dremel down a bracket.
you wrote
I had,
your name
I had to do
on
some
the
cutting
engine block.
because I had to fit. I wanted to fit my intake that I have in there a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
So I basically have the Evo has an ACD, right? So it's got your active center differential, and you have your fluid, right? And your fluid is a reservoir, and this reservoir sits right where the intake goes, and has been damaging my air filters for the last 5 years, right? And I finally said, I've gone through
Yeah.
too many of these air filters. I can't do it anymore because my last one had a puncture in it. So I said, screw this, dude. I'm just going to Dremel this thing. So I sat there thinking to myself, what is the best way to do this with sparks flying that is not going to damage anything? So you know what I did? I took
Got a bunch of fleece blankets.
Bunch
no.
of fender defenders.
I took a bunch of fender defenders and I lined my whole engine bay with fender defenders that I knew. I'm like, this will probably be a one-time use
Sure.
deal, right? But worth it. So I laid down fender defenders, and what I ended up doing was building a out of cardboard, right? Like a little cage of cardboard around the area I was cutting, right?
Okay.
So like I shoved.
Non-flammable.
So
I was gonna say perfect. It'll catch on fire. The whole thing will be exciting.
well,
So 80-20 polyester polyamide mix microsuede.
Not flammable.
Bear in
around
mind, he
around,
has a
around the
highly
outside.
flammable.
he has
yeah.
a camera running this whole time.
And then lots of flammable cardboard
Yes.
Yeah,
to build
yeah.
your shield.
Yeah. So,
So,
working.
what would have been better, just for those that are listening,
Yeah.
if you try to do this again, make sure you get yourself a large sheet of actual leather.
Yeah.
That helps. Or go to Harbor Freight, pick up a welder's blanket, as they call it. Lay that down, and that will help prevent the amount of spark transfer and or fire potential.
Yeah.
Big
so
deal right
this
there.
is
So-
this was
OSHA
this was
So
not
you
that.
almost caught your car on fire,
This was not that planned out.
as well
this
as the new
was,
house that you had just
It was
signed
the last
papers on.
minute he was
yeah,
This
bored.
now his name's on it.
No,
He
it
was
was.
bored.
It was out of boredom. I literally went to. I went
Played
to.
the drums for 3 hours and then
Oh,
was like,
man.
"What am I?"
I
Gonna
went
do
to
now?
Lowe's
need
and
to
I got
destroy
the
something."
grinding discs and I'm sitting there and you know when you have that feeling like you
I
don't
wanna
need
go to
you don't
Lowe's.
need to do this.
Oh no, I've done that. I've gone to Harbor Freight and bought a tool just cause. Like I wasn't even thinking. I was like, well, it has to be cheap enough that I don't feel bad after I buy it, but I'm probably only going to use it once.
So you
I
don't wanna
bought
spend
that.
that
Wait,
much.
why did I buy that? I don't remember what I bought the circular saw for now. So I have a circular saw. I don't know why I bought.
For when you build your second story on top
But
of
yeah,
the
no,
garage.
like I understand that mindset though of just like going like I'm gonna do it. And, well,
Yeah. So,
whatever.
but yeah. So I literally have never done this. I've never grinded down a bracket. Like,
Yeah.
and
Really?
I wasn't cutting off like a piece. I was cutting off about 4 or 5 inches of this stuff
That's
in through
substantial.
through
Oh my God.
steel, right?
Yeah.
So what I did though is I didn't run it at the highest speed to
Yeah.
where I was creating a ton of sparks. I was actually going relatively. I went slow.
He's going slow
I
and it
went-
just keeps catching and jerking
Just
his
keeps
arm.
No,
Heating up, heating up, heating up.
Well, that's happened to me before on other projects. But this one
Yeah.
didn't give me that issue. But I was able to cut through it. And then after that, I shot vac as much of the metal shavings as I could.
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, just because you can't see him doesn't mean
and
they're there.
Well, you
no,
smell 'em.
Yeah, they're
They're usually getting in your
everywhere.
nose.
Yeah.
It's in
So
the
I
air and-
vacuumed that up, and then I kind of did like a rinse. And I kind of rinsed them out through the bottom, and then once it got to the very bottom where the under tray was, I took some compressed air and then I blew it out to get it on. And then I swept up the what's it called, the concrete. But it's stressful because I'm sitting here thinking that these metal shavings could be flying onto the paint. Right.
Well, a week later, you
All
walk through
these-
there and you touch something. You rub your neck or something. An hour later, you're like, why am I so itchy? And then it's just like, oh wait, I have metal shavings in my
Yeah.
skin now.
In
So-
my
it's just that.
skin.
Yeah. Not
So
fun.
it's funny. So Katie gets home and she's like, "So what did you do all night?" And I'm like, "I spent like several hours grinding down a metal bracket." And she's sitting here like,
Who are you?
She's
and
like,
what did you do
well,
with my husband?
No, she's like,
Was it fun for
no.
you?
What she said is she's like, that's all you did. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what you're saying here. That's all I did. This is a big deal for me. I don't grind down things a lot. So,
So did you grind off the bracket that holds the reservoir, and then did you just let
What's
it
left-
flop
no.
around?
great question. So the reservoir
Great
actually has two mounting
He
holes,
just
right?
cuts it off, puts his
JWB
thing. Oh, it's
install.
perfect,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
just
yeah,
it
yeah.
dangles.
So if the mounting
Rattles around.
so if it has 2 holes, right, 2 mounting holes, right, to where the reservoir sits on there, right, I cut that in half this
okay,
way.
so then you just
So-
shortened it.
So I shortened
Then
it.
you
So it still-
re-drilled some holes.
No, it still just used the existing hole.
Okay.
So I just shortened it and basically cut a large chunk out of it is what I did. But threw on a brand new filter and I was like, you know what? Mocked it up and I'm like, thank God. And after I cut it, what did I do after that? Because I'm
You did an
a little
Instagram
OCD.
story.
No, I
I knew.
I took paint, right?
Oh.
And I actually went back through with a little fine little brush and repainted the bracket
course.
so it wouldn't rust.
You know what I appreciate?
I think about
though?
that stuff.
You did the YouTuber thing where when you were bored, you're looking at it and you're like, well, I have the hood open. I guess I should just. Here's everything under the hood of my Evo. Blah blah blah. Something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Attention grabbing headlight, and I looked. And I was just like, I know what he was doing this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Not
it's
me.
weird.
So,
Very nice.
anyways, after I did that, so then Saturday.
Well, that'll come in really handy when you're pulling those high Gs in the Evo.
Yes,
You'll really feel that shorter.
Or rather, he would.
I just
if
feel
he
it's
drove
less problematic, but
okay. For when you
uh,
drive it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All the vibration that doesn't happen that won't affect the reservoir or the air intake. Yeah.
God.
Filters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Very
then
nice.
on Saturday, basically it was a pretty chill day. Relaxed, did stuff around the house, and then I went to go see that movie Knives Out.
Knives.
It's like a I don't know how to say it. It's like not like a mystery, but it's like a who killed this person type of mystery,
Yeah.
right? Kind of like
Ooh.
Clue,
Who done it?
like a who done it. And good movie, man. Like I actually really liked it. It was a pre-release. It comes out on Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but I saw it this last Saturday. Everybody liked it. That was in the theater.
They still do those, the pre-releases? How'd you get your tickets?
I'm not sure. Fandango.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you bought them or Katie got them from work or something.
No. Yeah, it was like a
Carly and I used to do that. We go to a lot of pre-release movies, and that was back in the day when they wouldn't let you. They wanted to make sure you didn't have a camera on your cell phone
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
went. So
Good luck preventing that now.
we saw like Babel and
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
what else? I think we saw Borat that way.
Oh my
It was like
god.
a pre-release.
I remember
yeah.
seeing that in the theater for the first time
So-
with friends in high school. That was crazy.
I
Yeah.
forget that you were in high school.
Yeah.
I was a married man with a
was a
wife and a
baby.
mortgage.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah,
you
crazy.
barely existed.
Yeah, I was probably eating applesauce and Cheerios.
But went and saw Knives Out, so that was just a fun little date night. And then I'm trying to think. After that, that's when on Sunday. So Sunday I had to do some cleaning up, and I needed to wash the Civic and things like that. So one thing I've been having with Katie's car as well is that her windshield, right, is getting a lot of off-gassing of the plastics, right? Because being a newer car, it's about that time of the year because she's running her heater so much. And she's constantly like, oh, whenever I run my defroster in the morning,
it's a towel
I'm starting to see.
wipe the interior down, wipe the window down with every morning.
Yeah, she doesn't do it, right?
Okay.
So
Or
instead,
if she does, she puts the towel on the carpet.
so
it's
it's
dirty.
it's the same concept of
So my
saying
wife does.
it's the same concept of saying, hey, so my windshield's fogging up, or then she'll be like, my rear view camera is dirty. It only takes me a second to go up and just
I
wipe
literally
it, right?
like,
and I'm like,
take
you
a
can-
lens cloth and drip a little water on it.
It's funny
and just-
because if Katie sees that her rear view camera is clean, she assumes the rest of her car is clean,
Right,
right?
yeah.
I'm like, wow, my car's I can see everything out of it. No, your rear view camera is clean. So,
Yeah.
so what I wanted to try out is this was actually kind of funny, and this might trail back to somebody that might listen to the podcast, but
We're on the podcast.
I know. That's what I'm about to say.
Wow.
That's
This.
what you're talking.
So
about.
once
forgot
right now
what it
you're
was.
actually
I
talking
went-
on the podcast.
I
Wait,
went
are
to-
we recording?
Into Walmart,
We're
right?
literally recording right now, Anthony.
You're correct. So I went to Walmart to go get a tool.
You have headphones on.
And I walk in there, and I'm going down the detailing aisle, and first off, I'm in the zone. I just went
The
to
auto zone?
Nope, the Walmart zone.
Oh, okay. Well, you said you were in the zone.
Yes,
so
I was in the zone
little
figuratively
confused.
and literally because I had just gone to the kilted cod, aka
Oh.
the
I thought you were gonna
the
say-
cod. What is that? What is that
the
called?
Fish and chips kind of
Fish and chips truck, right?
Yeah, it's like a
Scottish
it's a-
Call of Duty.
So
No, Kilted Cod is a food truck
yeah.
that serves fish and chips.
Yeah.
So I went there for lunch, right? And I went to Home Depot, grabbed an order of that, and that's when I'm like, okay, I got to go do some detailing. But I'm like, crap, I got to stop at Walmart. So I left the kilted cod in my car,
Lovely.
right?
Mhm.
And
that's
I
nice
was like,
delicious.
That just
Yeah.
smells.
So I'm like, I got to hurry up and get in and out of this Walmart.
Right.
So I go down the detailing aisle to pick up the tool I've been wanting to try out, right? Which was in fact the invisible glass reach tool, right? I wanted to give it a try. I wanted to see how I like it. So I'm in there and I'm walking, and a guy is walking down the aisle and gives me the nod and says, "Hey, what's up,
Hey,
man?"
What's up, dude? Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, love your shirt." And I'm like, look down. I'm wearing my Wash Wednesday shirt, right? And it didn't really register to me that I'm like, does that guy might know who
Right,
we
yeah.
are, or what?
It was
why
your
is
buddy
he saying
Jason.
that? No.
One of your best friends, and you totally forgot who he was.
And so I'm walking down the aisle.
Blackout and
I'm walking
just-
down the aisle, and he says all the way, and I said, "Oh yeah, dude, right on, man." And so the reason why,
and then he thought like
well,
Anthony was being weird. He's like, man, he's just not as cool in person.
yeah, and
I
then
thought
so
he'd be
then as I'm
nicer.
leaving, I thought to myself, I'm like, man, was I kind of a dick to that guy? Like, because like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I didn't realize I was wearing the Wash Wednesday shirt, but my mind is on the fish that's in my car.
Right.
So I'm not trying to have a long
If you've
conversation.
ever met Anthony and he currently has something else going on in the background and you're trying to
his
talk
brain
to him,
shuts down.
This
just
doesn't work.
understand
He can focus
it's
on one
not,
thing at a
it's
time.
not you. His
One
head is
thing.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happened, right? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, oh, crap. And then I tried to convince myself, well, was he talking about my shirt? Because I've had Christian communities say they really like my shirt, right? Because a lot of
It says Ash Wednesday on it.
they think they think it says something
no.
else, right? Or they think Wash Wednesday is a religious thing. I've worn that shirt places, and people
Really?
say, "Is that a church thing?" Right?
Oh,
and I say,
man.
"Oh no, it's
Ash Wednesday.
it's a
Oh, it is.
show.
That
Religious-
never even occurred to me.
It's a
Us
show
converting the world
on
to
the-
rinseless
wow.
washing and microfiber.
Yeah. So I'm
Somehow
sitting
I
here
feel
thinking to
like it's
myself, I'm
not.
like, crap, was that guy like was he thinking I was wearing like a religious shirt and was
Well,
telling me like
Because you don't want to be
So-
like, yeah, you know me. Because then people are like, oh, ego much.
But then I'm thinking, well, he's down the detailing aisle, so it makes more sense that he would know Wash Wednesday. But at the same time, I'm like,
What are
I
the
don't
odds?
know. What are the odds of that? So that's when I said, okay, I can't be thinking about this anymore. So I went home, and I used the clean and reach tool, right, from Invisible Glass. Honestly, fantastic
Fun
tool.
fact, in 2004, I was walking around SEMA looking for an item very similar to that.
Yeah.
And the guys at SM Arnold said to me, that's a pretty good invention. You should do something with that.
And you said,
And I was like, well, I just need to find something to attach a towel to.
Yeah.
And
So
the guy was like, yeah, well, you should make it.
yeah, great tool. Honestly,
Yeah.
so it comes with 2 microfiber. This is my review of it. 2 little microfiber, kind of like iron-shaped things, right?
Yeah, little bonnets.
All it is, it's a 80-20 blend standard waffle. Literally almost identical to our standard waffle, but it does have a tag on it, and it's in yellow. The cool part about it is the actual foam piece that this sticks onto, right?
Intermediary disc.
Is the little intermediary disc is textured, so it automatically sticks to the microfiber, like it holds onto it. So it doesn't even wrap it around like a bonnet or anything like that. It basically
actually
just sticks to it. And because of the friction and the pressure you put on it, its contours to things, that handle is weirdly ergonomic.
Yeah.
So I was able to...
It's a great tool.
It is, dude. I was sitting here like I've seen Matt Mormon. You've been using it. He's been using it for a couple of years now on his channel, and I always thought, that thing looks pretty janky. Like, I'll never use that.
It looks flimsy in pictures.
So it looks flimsy in pictures, right? Or people are worried about the plastic, hitting things.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You're
dude.
either worried about hitting stuff or you're
like-
worried about, like, oh, I'm going to torque it too much and the thing's going to snap.
And here's the thing. When using that, you're reducing the pressure points, and the pressure points are what typically cause the streaks, right?
True.
So the fact that you're getting a flat pressure point, it's perfect. And I wanted to try the theory. I'm like, well, if I grab a standard waffle, can I still make this work? Yes, you can. You don't even need their waffle if you don't want to use their waffle. I grabbed our 16 by 16 yellow waffle, and I wrapped it around. And all I did is I put a rubber band on the handle portion of it and cinched it down. And it was good to go.
Yeah.
So
Should've
you can
zip-tied it.
you can flip the towel as needed or whatever you want to do. But
That is a zip tie solution.
super cool tool. So I got to use that, and
Nice.
then at home I was playing with some Woa's products that we since we have our batch in, I was able to play with some, and mainly interior stuff. And
That's the
hearing
one thing
some
I need to
buzzing.
do is bring some stuff home because I'm sorely missing it.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm using some of the first batch that we had. But I'm just kind of doing some more extensive stuff on it. So what I'm basically trying to do is seeing how many layers of tire restore you can do on top of each other if you wanted to go about that way.
A couple of them.
And I've been doing kind of testing on interior plastics, finishes, and things like that to see what kind of looks give the certain look of using interior finisher and all of that. And everything's been really, really good. But I will just say that invisible glass tool, they don't have one. Try it. You might like it. Dane would freaking love that thing.
Oh, it'd be the Dane's jam.
Like, Dane would just keep that in his car because...
It's almost an item that Dane would actually carry in the Great Dane store.
Yeah, that would be your glass cleaning solution package.
Yes, it would be.
So for your rear...
I'm already a fan of invisible glass. I've never made that a secret.
For your rear windshield, you would love that.
Yeah, I would definitely
Especially
use
on the
that
truck.
for the rear
You have a
hatch glass in the Jag,
Yeah.
because that is hard to get to.
Yeah.
Especially for Dane.
So
I'm not that tall.
I signed up doing that, and then I'm trying to think the rest of Sunday. So one cool thing, it worked out every single day, Friday, Saturday,
good for you.
and
Wow.
Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe
I almost
it.
went to the gym this morning, but I did not get to sleep till almost 2 o'clock last night. So
Oh.
So
when
there
I
was-
6
almost went
a.m.
every day,
when
but I
5
didn't go either.
When 5:30 rolled around, I was like,
Dang.
go back to sleep.
Go take a
Yeah.
lap.
No.
Yeah, but other than that, I am just
But I am
waiting.
going to try and get back.
I'm waiting on my Dixon flannel. So I've
That's
just
right. You opted not to have it shipped to the store here.
Man, what a dummy! I'm such
Should
a
have done that.
dummy.
You could
I
have
know.
been wearing one.
Could have learned one right now. But
Opportunity.
I'll have to wait till. Oh wait, crap! Thursday we're not having Q&A.
No.
Ooh.
Dang.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
it's gonna be a
Anyways,
bummer.
Levi, what do you do this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Anthony. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. So Friday was a pretty normal day. Obviously, Friday night, got home. My kids said right when I walked in the door, remember, you were going to take us to Boise Fry Company.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh, which is right down the street from you.
Yeah. And so I said,
Conveniently.
you're right. I did. Let's go. So packed up the family, and we went to Boise Fry Company. Had a great little dinner, ate there. Kids on either side of us that happen to know our family, so to speak.
Oh.
So that was fun. Excuse me. We had a great time. Saturday morning, I got up and went and got us some sodas for the morning for me and Carly. And then
Diet Pepsi and Mountain Dew?
I get a Diet Pepsi, 50-50 Diet Pepsi and Pepsi.
Yeah.
During the week, I drink just straight Diet Pepsi. Then on the weekends, I like to live a little. So I do a 50-50 mix of Diet Pepsi and Pepsi.
Oh, man.
Just for fun. Gets me through when I start detailing some cars. Carly likes 3/4 Diet Mountain Dew with 1/4 of Code Red.
Code Red.
So
She likes to party.
Man.
yeah. So
Gamer
got
girls.
that. And then I swung by the Zeppeli in the morning, that Saturday morning, to check
And that is where
to
Stop
see if they
by.
had some Iron Brew. They had 2 bottles.
That's it, huh?
So I bought them.
Makes
So
you wonder
this
how
is
many
one
they
of them.
order at a time.
Well, they buy a case, and I think that's all they had left. So
But that means there
I
are
asked
other
if they
people
had
in
more in
town
the back,
getting
and they
it.
said no. And I was like, all right. So I got these 2.
That's when they give you a weird look and they're like, keeping it for
Yeah.
ourselves.
So I drank one over the weekend, just a couple hits, you know, get me
Okay.
started. And then I had this one because I
Savoring
was
it.
going to bring it in to show off.
Well, if there's one
Wow.
thing we know
Make you
about
guys
Levi,
jealous.
it's that he doesn't just usually let a soda savor and
No,
sit
no.
around.
No, yeah.
I
it's
don't
hard.
enjoy a soda. I pound a soda. So
Yeah.
Everything is so violent.
no, not that violent. It's an
Well, he has
enjoyable.
knuckle
It's an
tattoos,
enjoyable.
so I don't know what you
enjoyable
expect.
time. But Saturday morning did detailed the son of my insurance agent. I detailed
Ooh.
her son's car as a Christmas gift. She was
For her
that
son.
was a Christmas
Yeah.
gift she was giving to her son. So a little tiny Kia Soul. I was worried about it because she kept telling me over and over that it was going to be hammered.
Yeah.
It was not hammered.
See, isn't that fun when
So
they
that
tell
was
you it's going to
really
be terrible?
great.
So you're like, I'm prepared for the
Yeah.
worst. It shows up and you're like, that's a normal
Well,
car.
and I was worried, but the only reason I said yes was because it was a silver Soul with black interior, and I knew it would be easy and simple, regardless of how trashed it was. Those are still, you don't need to do a lot to them. So, part of me was like, I don't like doing dirty stuff, like
Yeah.
heavily dirty. It's my weekend. I want to take some time. But I was able to get that thing done very quickly and got everything out of it. And she was really excited to pick it up. And then Saturday, we just we went to Home Depot, we went and ran some errands and stuff with the kids. We went to Home Depot, though, and my wife had a great idea to get the very large, they have these 13-inch lights. Disney that she saw at Disneyland, and they are Christmas bulbs,
Okay.
like your Christmas light bulbs, but they're
Yeah.
just one big
Big.
bulb with an LED in them and batteries, and
Making
you
a
just hang.
statement.
Oh, wow.
So we bought a bunch of those. So we went to Home Depot, and on the site, I'm on their website, I'm on the app, tells me, hey, we've got 17 blue in stock at the East Boise store. We've got 42 reds. We've got 23 whites. They're all right here, right?
Yeah.
So we go over to it. There's like 5 reds in the box. That's it. So
I know a thing or two about their inventory system, so
So I contact
I
one of
have a
the
hunch I know what
associates,
happens there.
one of the Home
Yeah.
Depot associates that are there to help you.
Oh, wow.
And I brought it up to them and said, hey,
can do it.
looking for these items. Says they're right here, but all you have is this. And he goes, yeah, I guess that's it. And I said,
guess.
really? So you're telling me there's a discrepancy of 42 in stock when I'm looking at 6?
42 is kind of a lot.
That's a lot. I could understand if it was like 6 or 7.
Half the time they do those, the associates will take the gun, they'll eyeball it and go, I see a box up there. I'm going to assume it's full. Mark that in the system. Yeah, we got that many because I know how many are in a
Did you
case.
just expose them?
Oh,
Dane used to work there.
I'm not.
Dane exposes.
So
I'm not exposing
Home
them directly
Depot.
because who knows? Things change. But I knew a thing or two from my day and age there. There were definitely people who just looked and said, yeah, it looks about that much. And they wouldn't actually check it, even though it was their job to check it. They just knew, boop.
So
Yeah,
here's the
looks
deal,
full.
right? So I said, all right, well, where are the rest of them? We're talking about almost 100 units total. Where are they?
Where
And
are they?
the guy's like, yeah, don't know what to tell you. I said, I'd like to see the department head, please.
Ooh, Karen, get 'em.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Way to
they
go full
said,
Karen.
Okay. Just hold on. I said, all right. So I'm standing there waiting. Department head walks up with them. What can I do for you? I said, looking for these lights. He said, all right, let me see what I can do. And the other guy goes, yeah, I don't know where they are. Can't find them. And I said, well, you didn't even look. You looked in the box right here. You didn't even go
Oh,
check.
so they didn't actually even check. Like usually what I
No,
found
he just
was
stood
stuff,
there
stuff was around.
guessed.
If there's that big of a number, it was usually like set aside somewhere in receiving,
Yeah.
or
Right,
it was like
exactly.
it was just kind of
Yeah.
floating
Now,
around somewhere.
I will
it did
say,
exist,
I
but
will
it was
say they were in the
off.
middle of staging for their Black Friday, and you and I noticed that today when we were walking through.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff under black plastic, lots of boxes in the center aisles.
Oh, I
They were
remember those
staging,
days.
right? They
Yeah.
were getting
Yeah.
ready. So I was giving them benefit of the doubt that they had a lot of boxes
Yes.
streamed through the middle aisle, right? But
But
there are people directing where each item is going to go and where it's placed. So there's
Yep.
no excuses. They had a full crew there. They had a ton of people working. Place was packed. It was a Saturday evening. Finally, they found them. They're on a pallet.
Yep.
They're up high, but they're at the bottom of a pallet.
And they're like shrink wrapped.
They're shrink wrapped.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
padlocked.
We pulled out the sheet. They're scheduled to be on the floor tomorrow by 10 a.m.
Ah,
Ooh.
I said, all right, sounds good. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow at 12.
Give them 2 hours.
Yep. I took down the name of whoever I talked to and all that kind
I
of stuff.
already
right?
know what's going to happen, but go ahead.
Showed back up Sunday morning at noon.
Yeah.
Still 7 lights in the box.
ah.
Grabbed was right there. It's right next to the service desk.
Uh-huh.
So I asked the customer service lady to bring the manager of the Christmas area, right?
Okay.
Or the department head. As I'm waiting for that person, so she calls them, this petite little associate is walking up. Very tiny little girl, right?
Yeah.
She's carrying 2 massive colored lights.
Okay.
A yellow one and a green one. The ones that I'd like, right?
Sure.
I was like, hey, excuse me, miss. Can I have those? And she goes, well, I was just going to put these in this box here. And I said, awesome. Are you unloading the box and filling this one up? And she goes, no, I found these over here. I'm just putting them back. And I was like, are you kidding me? I go, are there
Yeah.
more? She goes, no. I said, all right. So while I'm talking to her, I'm putting them in my shopping cart, right? I
Yeah.
got the kids with me. The department head walks over. He's like, what can I do for you? I was like, yeah, so I wanted to know what the status was of the rest of these. There's 5 colors. I'd like to buy the rest of the colors so I can just, part of our Christmas, decorations.
Of course.
And he goes, yeah, there's only about 7 in there.
Yeah, I can
And
see too.
Exactly. So I was
But-
like, gave him the whole spiel.
I have eyes. They function.
Gave him the whole spiel. He looks at me and he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. And I
Oh
said,
my God, when I worked there, I wouldn't have let that fly.
so I just said, here's the deal. Right?
Of course,
wouldn't have.
Dane.
Dane,
No.
I wouldn't
well,
have left
You're
that
so-
under my supervision.
Dane
No.
wouldn't have. And I know that. And I wished for someone like
Because
Dane
I would have
and his
gone to
customer service
receiving and
gives
said,
them.
I know you got that box back there. I know
So-
it's shrink wrapped in there. We're going to get it.
So the
because this
girl,
customer's
the
asking
girl
right
is standing there, and the guy is standing there. The guy's probably 60. The girl's probably mid
Yeah.
20s, right? The guy goes, I don't know what to tell you. I said, well, the app says this.
Okay, boomer.
The box is over here. It's outside. I talked to an associate yesterday. We worked on this. He said it would be unpacked. Like, I was being a dick.
But I also give like a little
But I
leeway.
was
where
getting tired of this.
No, I know,
Like-
because you're in the right, and I've been in those situations so many times, but I always came up with a resolution that left the customer, at least, even if they were frustrated with something because they were dealing with someone else or some other situation, I would come in and I would ease the situation, and I'd usually give them a solution that at least they could go, okay, I can understand.
Right.
that."
You
gotta
Like
give
I
'em
would give them,
something.
I would
Yeah.
give them enough that
You
they could
gotta
work
give
with
'em
it
something.
while not, causing the
Oh,
associate
the guy was just
I'm
like,
dealing
you could
with
tell
to
he
hate
was
me too.
overwhelmed.
I just.
He was just like, he had a day because they were unloading a lot.
There's
but whatever.
always a way to manage this
Right.
stuff. And if people get snotty, you know what you do? If you're
Tell 'em
that
with
associate,
kindness.
and this is the problem with this
I wasn't
stuff is
being snotty.
If,
I was
if
just
you have to
getting
go up
pissed
the
at-
chain, at a certain point you just go, F it. You know what? I'm going to handle this for you. Hold
Yeah.
on. And then you go and you either handle the forklift or you get someone who can.
Oh,
you get that
yes.
thing
Let's
down.
get
You bring it
kicked out of
down
Home
and you just do
Depot.
it.
No, the employee.
No, I'm not saying-
I thought
I'm
you
saying
were
this
telling
as
Levi.
someone-
I'm like, yeah, Levi, just
No,
grab the key.
I was
and
ready.
Open it for yourself.
I was already
I
down
worked
with their
there. I
SKU
dealt with
system.
this
I already
stuff.
knew where the section was. I was going to go out and look for a
I
box.
lived this particular scenario more times than I could count, and I know that their counting system, their inventory, is a lot better now than it was when I was there.
So-
They were just starting to implement it when I
So
was
here's the
there
deal.
Ah.
Here's the deal.
with the
Right.
systems.
Basically,
and the website
he
has
wandered
the same
off.
numbers.
Right?
that-
He wandered off.
Yeah.
Okay.
The girl wandered with him.
Okay.
So we're standing there. I call Carly, tell her the whole spiel. She's like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
She goes, screw it. Let's just go up to like one of the other ones. Let's go to Milwaukee or something. I was like, well, I don't want to deal with that. So when I get off the phone with her, all of a sudden, here comes this little associate running back with a box as big as her.
Oh.
She's running with it in front of her. And she's like, it's all shaking and all, like, it's
Things
heavy.
are breaking,
Yeah. She runs as fast as she can up to me, sets the box down.
Trips,
she's like,
falls, the thing explodes, everything.
She's like,
is
I found him,
destroyed."
I found him. And so my kids we pull out like 4 of them. So now we have like 7 total lights. I was like, thank you so much. Like, you didn't, like, I appreciate you going. She's like, yeah, we walked out and I saw him and he didn't even notice it. And I was like, awesome. Great job. The point is, Home Depot makes you use their app. They have their Home Depot app.
Yeah.
They want you to search for it.
In fairness,
it tells you
it is
exactly. It's
app.
a great app.
It's a really good
tells you
app.
exactly where to find something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point was, I was on their app.
Yeah.
It was telling me where to find it, but obviously there was a deficit.
You used it as they asked you
I was
to.
asking the questions. Why is there a deficit?
Which,
Where's
frankly,
the product?
that's better than most
The
of the
fact
customers
that
who go there.
no
so
one-
kudos.
that there were, other than a select few associates, wanted to work with me. It bothered me that there were higher ups that were so bothered that I was taking them away from something, from one of their jobs, to go find something that wasn't there, and they were mad that I was still willing to stand there and wait for an answer.
I will once again
That
give,
frustrated me.
as much as I, have so much
Yeah.
having dealt with this, I will say when you run into those situations, if you run into somebody who's just not helping, and especially if there's somebody higher in the chain of command, that is usually a them problem. It's not. It depends on the store. I will say some stores definitely have systemic issues where it's a culture there and it's a problem. But I would say if you went to another store, you might find yourself in a very different culture.
True.
In terms of how it's run, because
that's normal.
There is a level of autonomy to those places where I did notice big differences from one store to the next. They're kind of like a family too.
Yeah,
and
it was
most
just
of them
surprising.
are dysfunctional. But
Yeah, but it was just surprising.
They manage. But
it felt like the customer,
I hate that, though,
like
where
they're
somebody
basically
is just
wanting me to do more of the work on my own, which is fine. That's how our world is moving towards.
But I'm in
with
a customer
self-serve
service
kiosks
position.
and all that
I'm
stuff.
going to make sure the customer at least gets a satisfactory result. Or at the very least, they're going to get what they asked for, even if they don't like it. They're going to get whatever they were looking for or the best approximation of that.
Yeah. So went home, put up our Christmas decorations, all that stuff. It was really good. It was fun. End result looked really great. I posted it to my stories, so those of you that saw it could check it out. But it looks good. It was simple. It was easy to set them all up. Then we started decorating for Christmas, put up our Christmas decorations and stuff in the house.
Nice.
We have not put up our Christmas tree yet because that's weird.
Yeah.
To put a
After-
Christmas
it has to be
tree up.
after Christmas.
Right.
Oh, you'll be happy to
after
know. I've been
Thanksgiving at
prepared
least.
since, 2 years ago. I've
So,
had it in
but
place.
Saturday afternoon, Tyler Senarusa dropped off his GT350R.
I recognize that.
To have me go through it.
There you go.
His concern, he picked me up.
Nice job, Anthony.
We drove up to Sensport, pick up the car, and he dropped me off, and then he was leaving with his wife. They were going to go to McCall for the weekend. So I drove the Mustang back from his shop up off Gowan, drove it back home.
Rip on.
And I'm not going to say how I drove it, but I'm going to say I drove it very carefully
Would you say
and
it's a high performance?
cautiously.
Would you say it's a high performance machine?
It's nice.
Faster than the
It's
Elantra
very,
or
it's very
not?
loud.
No.
It's no
Elantra's
Elantra, but
it's no Elantra,
Yeah.
but handles about the same when you're driving down Federal Way.
Got that sway bar.
I mean,
Yeah,
when
especially
you have
with
carbon
mine. I've got
fiber
that-
wheels.
Well, he doesn't have carbon fiber wheels. He's got Vorsteiners
well,
on there.
the last time we all worked on it, it had carbon
yeah.
fiber wheels because it's an R, and that's
Yeah.
what the R comes with.
Yeah, he took those off.
That is disappointing.
Put the Vorsteiners on there. So anyway, so here's the thing. He's been tracking that car. He uses
even
those,
more disappointing if he's not using the factory
He's-
carbon
so,
wheels
Dane-
on the track.
Dane-
That's what they're built for.
Hello?
That's Dane. That's what he uses those wheels for.
Okay.
Is his track wheels.
Okay.
The Vorsteiners are his daily driving wheels and tires,
Okay.
Michelin Sport Cups on
Gotcha.
there. So the problem is he's been tracking that car.
Where's he
The
tracking
whole
it?
car is covered in PPF. He takes it down to Utah.
Man,
okay.
must be nice.
So the whole car is covered in PPF. Problem is, hot rubber
Yeah.
sitting on the PPF for extended periods of time
Yeah.
have caused it to melt and burn holes in the PPF, so to speak,
I believe it.
and which has also caused staining in the PPF. So, needless to say, I worked on it this weekend. Inside very clean, kind of cleaned up some of the Alcantara and stuff just from driving.
Yeah.
Gave it a good vacuum, wiped everything down, cleaned the windows. On the outside, I had to wash it, clay it, and do my best to remove as much of the tar as possible without damaging the PPF.
Yeah.
And then I polished it out. I used Rupes wool, blue wool with Uno on the whole thing to kind of polish the PPF because after I clayed it,
How is
I
the
had to
blue?
clay
How
the
is the
PPF.
blue wool with the Uno?
Oh, fine, perfect. It's a really good combo,
That's
especially
interesting.
on white.
Yeah.
And it's all PPF. So again, there's not a lot of clarity that I can get out of it.
Yeah.
I was removing some of the hazing and stuff that was on it, but I was trying mostly to remove the discolorations that were on the PPF to try and bring it back to a clear finish. And it looks really good. So it's sitting in my garage today. He's going to pick it up tonight after work. And we'll hope he likes it. Went around, cleaned the wheels, got all that done. And then Carly and I spent the rest of the evening just putting up Christmas decorations and stuff like that, getting the house kind of ready.
Yeah.
And then been watching The Mandalorian.
Oh.
I've been watching his Dark Materials. I've been watching Watchmen and Silicon Valley. Those were like my main jams
Silicon Valley.
those are my jams for TV.
Silicon Valley is the one where the guy comes out and punches that kid in the face or slaps the kid in the face.
Yep.
That's a
Yep.
great episode.
Fun fact. So for Thanksgiving this year, Carly and I, and
Are
those of you that have been
giving
following
thanks.
Mommy Meme Jeans, my
Yeah.
wife's Instagram account,
She had a meme that went viral.
she just kicked over 10,000 followers
Wow.
this weekend. She did have a meme go viral, and it was me telling her that I didn't want to do anything for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay home, watch TV, and not go to anybody's house, not go to any family member's house, not do anything,
Controversial.
right?
That's how you go viral.
It went, everybody said that is the greatest idea ever in the history of mankind. Facebook, some people posted on, because the dad posted her, which is one of the Instagram pages. It's very large, millions of followers. They reposted it this weekend, and so that like really pushed her over the moon. Some of the people were like, "Oh, it's because they don't have kids. Oh, they don't have to deal with the mother-in-laws or any of that." Fun fact: my mom's coming over to stay with us because she's like, "Yeah, you guys aren't doing anything. I'm going to come hang out with you guys."
Yeah, it suddenly makes
So-
you the cool house people want to
so
go to.
here's what I did last night. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't do this. My wife did. Jumped on crackerbarrel.com.
No, you did not.
Picked up
What?
a full Thanksgiving meal
Stop it.
for $6.
For 6 people. How much?
$75.
Holy crap.
I go
You
pick it up
can't-
on
Finesse the
Thanksgiving. I
Yeah.
go pick it up on Thanksgiving at 12:15 on Thursday.
You can't even get water for that cheap nowadays.
No.
So
No,
that is one.
I get turkey.
1 gallon of milk.
I get turkey,
That is one
turkey,
heck of a deal.
ham, 3 or 4 large sides,
Any type of croissants or any type of cornbread.
biscuits and cornbread, whatever
Wow.
I choose.
Wow.
They'll
Holy
give us a
smokes.
few, and then they give you the option to order more.
Wow.
But I
with
told
butter
Carly,
and with butter and honey.
I don't know, but I told Carly,
Oh, wow.
I don't mind. How about we get some other rolls? Maybe we add
Yeah.
some, maybe the Rhodes rolls, or we add some of the Great Harvest
could do
rolls,
that,
or
yeah.
something, and we supplement
Texas Roadhouse.
different. We
Yeah.
get different rolls.
What is that bread from Great Harvest that I like so much? That thick slice of.
Oh, the challah
something.
bread.
Oh, the challah bread. Challah makes you holla.
Challah makes you holla.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Perfect.
thinking of
That
great things to do. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drive to Cracker Barrel on Thanksgiving just to pick up my order, bring it home, and then you can put it in the oven yourself for just a few minutes to
Yeah.
warm it up.
So if that
Wow.
isn't home cooking,
At its
if
finest.
that doesn't
At its
represent,
finest.
if that doesn't represent
The
a
American
small chain restaurant,
Yeah.
then I don't know what does. Right?
right? The
Having-
Dedication to its
ability to
You know-
have my family enjoy Thanksgiving
With theirs,
with
essentially.
their
is-
family.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
No.
Also, while we were doing that, I remembered that I'm friends with the restaurant manager
Wow.
for this local Cracker Barrel.
Man.
So I reached out to him,
Truly family is what we're talking
reached
here.
out to him
Yeah.
and said, not only did I wish him a happy birthday, because it was his birthday yesterday,
Yeah.
wished him a happy birthday, but also asked, is it possible for the Rag Company podcast to record an episode there? We'd pre-record it. We wouldn't do it live,
Yeah.
but we'd record an episode where we come in, have some lunch, enjoy some of the fare there at the Cracker Barrel,
Wow.
bring Dane in so that he could remember that he's been there before, hopefully revive some memories from his youth that he's suppressed, and be able to enjoy a wonderful meal with all of us. Tim, maybe we bring Nick with us,
Yeah.
and we record an episode of us at Cracker Barrel. So he wrote back and said, great idea, love it. Let me run it up the chain and
Yeah.
see if it's doable. And I said, thank you. I appreciate asking.
So I'm already thinking about what I'm going to get.
It's gonna be
during
great.
that.
Well, and
So,
one of our fans, G.
Yeah.
Davis, the great Greg Davis,
yeah.
has provided us with $40 towards our lunch at
man.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
He really didn't have
Already,
to do that.
already,
He didn't have to do
I've
that.
got him sitting on my desk. So when it happens,
What an angel.
we'll be able to go
Absolute
and,
angel.
and have a
That's
wonderful
Christmas
lunch.
miracle if I've heard of one.
Yeah.
And I'd love to do it during the holiday season. If we can get this
We all
going,
have to wear our flannels.
it'd be great. We could all wear our
Yes.
we
Dixon
can all wear our
flannels.
flannels and just have camaraderie,
Yeah.
good conversation.
Yep.
We can play that little game
It's-
with the pigs.
Exactly. Exactly. We can see who's smarter
Yeah.
because of that.
I've looked
Test
up
IQs.
hacks. I've looked up sheets to it, so I don't know if I'm
Oh.
qualified or not.
So she's going to
So-
beat us
I think
all,
I'll
is what
be the
she's
judge.
saying.
Needless
Do
to
the
say,
hack.
I'm really excited. So, Dane, what do you do this weekend?
All right.
I kept it pretty simple. I edited. I worked the store here because I was actually on the clock, so to speak, for Saturday. So I actually ran things here, and then I stayed, edited. I'm trying to get that SEMA video done. Unfortunately,
What
today,
about the East Coast vlog?
the East Coast vlog is sitting by the wayside until more stuff happens on other things.
Yeah.
Until we get
It kind
some
of-
free time, because we'll have free
Sorry,
time
Luke
here pretty
Bargate.
soon.
Really?
It,
We will?
Yeah, during Christmas season, it's super slow.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have
yeah.
lots of
Uh-huh.
free time
Well,
to just
thanks
hang
to
out.
New
That'd be great.
Edition Nick, he's helping me organize a lot of stuff. So things
New
come out more
Edition Nick.
smoothly.
I like that name.
Yeah, New Edition Nick.
New
I like
Edition
that.
Nick.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's going to be.
He's our new employee. He's our new technical director.
Yes, he's
He's
going to
gonna
be
be
like my hatchet
wrangling.
man and make sure this stuff happens.
He's gonna-
So-
what I-
Is the
love
department
is
head
He's going to be the
director
hatchet.
of
Anthony?
directing.
He's going to be the new hatchet man for Dane, and
Anthony?
Dane's going to get cut by that hatchet.
I would
No,
pay
He's
to
like,
see
this
it.
is my hatchet. Oh,
I would
no!
pay to see it.
I got
So-
smacked by it.
Funny that you say that. We actually almost bought you a hatchet today, Dane.
What?
Yeah. We were at
Anthony and I
Walmart,
were at Walmart
and we were
earlier.
walking by.
We were looking at
I-
Christmas gifts for you.
I
wow.
saw a machete. Levi saw a hatchet, and there was actually a combo pack, right?
Oh, awesome.
And I
It
thought
is.
to
It's literally a
myself-
hatchet and machete pack, and I was
Oh,
like, we
wow.
should get this for Dane because of how much he loves knives. It's like his favorite thing.
I'm just
jeez.
big knife guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know me.
So whether
Well-
you want to keep it in your trunk or keep it in your frunk, it's it's all fine.
Well, what you do is you keep it in the door pocket. So
Oh, boy.
Dane just carries a machete in the door pocket of the Jag.
This is
Oh,
awful. I
man.
hate this.
okay. Anything else,
How
Dane,
do
you
we-
did?
Well, if I get a Cybertruck, I'll remember that.
Mhm.
But
Ah.
I just needed to get that in there for SEO.
Did you put the
purposes.
order in for that?
Are you
You
kidding
know,
me,
it's only
Dane?
$100. So
I know. That's why I'm wondering
I
why you didn't
mean,
do it. Just put it on your credit card.
I've always wanted to drive a Triangle.
Well, you paid it off, so you could put that. You got to have a low balance on the credit card.
Yeah, you
balance,
need
so.
more cars, I think.
I do, don't I?
Sell the Volvo for a front. I mean, a Cybertruck.
A frunk.
Are you even a marketing director if
Ugh,
you don't get a Cybertruck?
Man, right?
Well,
It's
he's
like
not.
I-
He's not
Dane,
the
you're
marketing. He's
failing
the creative
us.
director.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
You're failing
as
us.
as creative director, I'm going to creatively direct my funds towards
Something-
Cybertruck.
You had, to
Okay.
do, you had to do a pun there, didn't you?
I
You
did.
couldn't.
Okay, so as far as what I did, I was editing, did the SEMA video. It's like 9/10 of the way there. I need to finish it up after we finish this, and it should go out today. So that's the idea.
Woo!
People get to see like all the fun happenings, the goings on, because if nothing else, the SEMAs are like our original travel vlogs. That's where
Right.
we really got like the story in there and just show people all the cool stuff we got to do. And I enjoy name dropping. Like I'm like, oh, here's this cool person. Here's
Right,
this famous
yeah.
person. I mark them in the video just for fun with their Instagram handles so people can like play hide and seek. Where's
Yeah,
Waldo?
yeah.
So that's kind of fun. But that's one of the reasons it takes so long is I'm like spotting people in the background and
Yeah.
stuff. But
Jeez.
any rate,
Dane's
doing
working
that-
for the CIA.
Maybe.
He's working on the facial recognition.
He wouldn't be
Maybe
the
not.
first cop that works at the
Well,
rat
why do you
company,
think
am I
I
right?
shaved my- Okay. So,
Anyways.
any rate, yeah. Other than that, I watched The Mandalorian. I saw the 3rd episode. I really liked it.
Good
Haven't,
stuff.
haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
I
Don't ruin it for me.
really liked the
good.
3rd episode.
It was too fast. It was too short.
It did feel too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I'm
were,
on
we were
board
very
now.
upset when it was over. We were like, what?
No, like, first episode, I was just like, oh, okay, growing pains. Watching the first episode in a show, the pilot episode, is always kind of like, maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't.
Really? I
don't
loved
know.
it right from the
Like,
How many
start.
episodes total?
Well, my problem
I don't
is
know.
I'm initially hesitant
I
to
think there's
like
10.
some stuff because I feel like it's like
Oh,
trying
you've
to
been
win.
burned.
It's trying
You've
to
been
win my
burned
affection
so many times.
It's trying to win my affection too hard by like give me the things that here's what you want, right? Like, oh, don't you remember this from the old movies?
Are
And
you
remember this?
overthinking
Like,
it a little
yes,
bit?
but I
Yeah.
always overanalyze
Is
stuff.
that how
So
you
as
felt,
a critic,
is that how you felt about Game of Thrones?
with Game of Thrones, I wasn't really on board until like the 10th episode of the first season.
Really?
Dane
That's
didn't.
so
Dane,
interesting.
Dane wasn't
what
a
about
book reader, if you remember.
Spartacus?
So he never read the book.
Spartacus, Liz loves Spartacus. I never actually really got into
Who's
it.
Liz?
I was won over on the first nude scene.
But it's
Okay.
like people who watch that also watch like the Tudors and like other
Never
stuff
seen
and
that.
Vikings and like
Never
all
seen
those
that.
shows are kind of
No,
like watched by
no.
the same people.
Nope.
Never
Nope.
seen any of those.
I'm going to tell you no.
I know people who
Spartacus
ironically love.
is not Vikings.
Okay,
Oh, you just
Spartacus-
pissed off Levi. He's
Spartacus-
mad.
Is
it's cheeseball.
it
Okay.
is the days of our lives
Okay.
of action
okay,
movie. Like
first off,
it is so much blood splatter
Yep.
and sex
Oh.
that it's not even real.
but it's
like,
comical.
coming from somebody that has been to the Coliseum himself, right?
oh, okay.
Wow.
Well,
Oh,
Bring it
this
up
is going to be real
You're-
authority.
I
shit
can
here.
verify that things might have been that crazy back in the day. However, I will have to say that I was told that gladiators were actually not that attractive, and rather being tall and muscular, many of them were actually short and fat.
exactly.
And so it is a little different, but I also
Just
did hear,
imagine
though,
a bunch of Danny
that
DeVitos duking it out.
But here's the thing, though.
Oh my
When
God.
my tour guide said the women still loved them, they were sex symbols, and they just thought they were the cream of the crop. So even though they
Hashtag
were
dad
fat
bod.
and ugly, that is actually probably the beginning of the dad bod.
Well, you
and
got to
where
think
that
about
really,
it. They didn't know how to lift
no.
weights. They were just you were stronger,
What were
you
they
weren't.
supposed to do,
Yeah.
play with
This is
rocks?
fantastic. It's also definitely not where I thought this
So,
podcast would
Dane,
go.
I'm just
so.
gonna
I
say,
think, well,
as a fan of Vikings, the show on A&E
I
or the
enjoy
History Channel
with Viking
Vikings.
heritage.
with Viking heritage,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that is a
Acceptable.
true
Tim cut
account.
the feed.
and the customer, the customers, the characters are true likenesses. Where Spartacus is like the Playboy version of
See, Spartacus was the one
TV.
I never actually watched. However, I had seen the Tudors, and the Tudors is made by the same people who make Vikings. Like they made Tudors before. They were actually similar production team.
That
that
is
is
interesting.
true
yes,
because
Yes.
they do the main character in
I pay
Tudors.
attention to these things.
Dane, main character in Tudors is now in Vikings.
Yeah, Jonathan Rhys Davies.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So
Well, that is
Good
all
call.
really interesting.
So yeah, so obviously a lot of fun background trivia that has.
So
nothing to do
fun
with my
fact about
weekend,
new Nick, next day Nick,
Yeah.
or what is it? Inside edition.
New edition Nick.
New edition Nick.
yeah.
He rocks a Timbuktu bag every day to work.
Wow.
Yes.
Didn't know if you knew that.
So that is the new edition Nick solution package
Tra-
1.0.
work solution.
Let him talk about
So-
it.
You know what though? I like his style because he rolls up in an Element, and I know I can trust a guy with a Honda.
He also
Element.
has a minivan.
Yeah,
He said it's very dirty.
yeah.
You could bring in any time.
So
Heck,
both
Good
good
stuff.
things, but yeah, you know, you have a hardy individual when you see that.
A man
So-
with an element.
Yes,
Okay. Uh-huh.
because when he's not here, he's
So what happened
in
to
his element.
Where's yours at?
I had to.
Please stop.
Where's yours at, Dane?
Mine is sold. The girl who bought it used it to transport her husky around. I imagine it's still doing that. Last
Yeah.
I saw it, it was in town and it still had the stripes on the side, the fender hash line.
Got his Grand Sport,
I thought-
Grand Sport
uh,
hashes.
You
I
should've
thought
done
They are
that.
only Grand Sport if it's on a blue car and it's a red stripe.
Dane, I thought you said she moved to Berkeley where she was living out of that.
What? No.
Was that not the same
think you
story?
had a weird
No.
realistic-
Of the
What
element?
on earth?
Oh.
No idea.
And yikes.
All right. Anyway, we're off the rails. Dane,
That is
finish
so
your
not-
story. What'd you do the rest of this weekend? Other than
Literally, that was the
edit
extent
and watch
of it.
TV.
That was basically all I did this weekend because I take a while to
What are
edit.
you
So
doing?
Yeah.
that's what I.
Why are
What
you
is
And
he
Liz
doing?
is absolutely enjoying the new TV.
Trying to
Yes,
drink it without
the new
pouring it on my
TV
mouth.
is fantastic. I love that
Anthony
it's
might want to
75
take a drink
inches.
later. I don't want to.
No, it's
It
okay.
occupies a
fine.
lot of the wall that it's placed on.
I'll save it.
but it
and I'll
works
give
out
a
pretty
shot.
Occupies a lot of the wall.
So, Morgan, what did you do this weekend?
I had a friend in town
Mm-hmm.
from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Is that one of the guys that you, one of your friends that you went when we were in New Jersey? That
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tri-Cities BRZ,
Where-
right?
No.
What
Dane,
is-
this is not a thing for me. Why? If you
Because
can't
you have
see
to
it, it's
speak into
because
it.
this mic is actually broken, falling around
It's
everywhere.
loose. The
But
screw
Dane says
needs
it's
to
on
be
purpose,
placed.
and I don't believe it. He said he doesn't want the cord to get.
Yeah, I
broken,
don't like it when
but
those cords
I
get
that
think-
mine's
tweaked.
secured.
I
Well,
think
It's
you know
okay.
what? New edition Nick will be able to fix this and get this literally in pristine condition.
See, yeah, I want to give Morgan an
Yeah.
opportunity to talk now, though.
Please,
right,
Morgan.
right,
Yes.
right. So he flew in on Thursday, and I was in the live Q&A when he got here. So Brandon picked him up, took him to Dutch Bros because that's his favorite thing.
Oh, when he visits the
apparently.
Pacific Northwest.
Yes, so
Ooh.
he had to hit a Dutch Bros. For the most part, this weekend we went to dinner. Some of my favorite places in Boise. It's kind of just like
Yeah.
taking all your favorite
Yeah.
things and showing them to your friends.
Yeah.
So we did that. I did some detailing at about 2 a.m. outside on Sunday morning.
How
Yeah.
so?
Sometimes,
Kids throw eggs at your car.
When you ingest.
sometimes if you're feeling sick, you just tell your friend, "Hey, don't throw up inside the car. Throw up outside of the car." And
They do that?
Sometimes you have to get it off.
Was it on
right.
Brandon's
And
car or your car?
sometimes
It was
it
my
goes
car.
into the window channel, and someone has to get that.
Was it on Brandon's car?
It was on Brandon's car.
Oh, well, his car's already brown, so it's fine.
No, it wasn't the Subaru.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It was the daily. So if it was the Subaru, it would have been
I'd
fine
say
because it
a
would have
bunch of people would have looked and gone, and nothing of value
that's
was
a
lost.
Subaru,
isn't,
right?
Isn't the Mazda CX-7 worth more than the WRX?
I think the CX-7 has lower miles. than the
It
Subaru.
looks more valuable.
about
It depends.
and it,
150,000.
and it does look more
Good.
valuable than the WRX.
Well, so anyways, we get back to the house, we get out of the car.
He's like, I
look
get
at
what you're
it.
saying.
I look at it and I say I either have to get up in the morning
Or
and
do it now.
clean
Don't
this
give it a
off,
chance to
or
freeze.
freeze and dry.
Yeah.
So what do?
Ugh.
I head to the garage, pick up my IK foam sprayer,
Ah.
pump that girl up,
Yeah.
and Brandon comes out with a bowl of water to rinse it. And there was power clean in there. I think we were looking at about 10 to 1.
Nice, nice.
Foamed it up, took care of the problem, just like that.
Oh, very nice.
Went to
Wow.
bed.
Okay.
So where did you meet this Steve guy from?
The
Was
internet
did he used to live here?
is no.
So you met him on the internet?
Yes.
So you met this guy on like a
You're making
like
the
social,
sound
like
all
social
so
media,
questionable.
Yes.
and then he flew out to stay with you guys?
No. Remember, when we were there, it was it him and his girlfriend, or
No, it was
him and another girl that you're friends
him
with?
and two other of my friends
Yeah.
that live in New Jersey.
So
That
when
was
we
the
all went
first
to dinner
time,
when we
yeah.
went
No,
with
that wasn't the
Koenig.
first time I met him.
No, but that
No.
wasn't because we asked. Because like Big Brothers, you
Yeah.
know, we had Morgan
You
there.
said
This
yeah,
is one of those things that would be better explained if we had our East Coast Adventure vlog
Yeah,
for
we
people to refer to.
I
Yeah.
think it's because I am a millennial, and she is a, what do you call those?
I'm in between.
Zoomer.
I'm not
A Zoomer.
Zoomer.
So
Zoomer.
that's where it's a
As
hard
a Gen
time.
Xer, I'm still confused by all of
Yes.
this.
So all right. So you guys initially ever met on the internet. He came
But
out
I met my
here.
wife on the internet
Yeah, but she lived in the same town
on MySpace.
on MySpace. But you'd seen her in person.
Yep.
No, she
But-
sent me a message first, not meeting me.
Oh.
I saw her, and then I go, "That's that girl from MySpace that messaged
Oh my
me."
God.
What
and
a
I tried to run her off the road.
And you chased
Yeah.
her.
Oh.
Because that's what I would prefer to happen to me.
Well, I was trying to
is
get her
if
attention.
Someone recognizes me from the internet
Hey!
for them to chase
Hey!
me.
Look over here. Honk, 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 honk.
But anyways, so
She
you
didn't
met
look.
him off the internet, and that was the guy that you went and hung out during the East Coast vlog.
Yeah.
So he came here and got to see what Idaho is all about, right?
For the
And-
second time.
So he's been here before.
Oh, okay. So what's he think of the place?
This is the second time. He loves Dutch Brothers, which
Yeah,
is
he
why
Yeah, I was
he
gonna
wanted
say,
to hit the
otherwise
Dutch
he wouldn't
Bros.
know about Dutch.
He
Bros.
likes Boise.
Yeah.
He does. He likes it here.
Does he like the car scene here?
No, because pretty much we saw a lot of bad things.
Oh,
A lot of bad cars, and I was like, I swear there's some cool things here too, but we mostly just saw
Bunch of
underglow,
Miatas.
underglow on
another
cars.
clapped out Mirage with fake Evo panels or something.
Yeah.
So he was in here today, and we got to meet him.
Yeah, you got to do a little tour.
So
Yep.
he was also wearing Untamed, which is Morgan's favorite brand, and then a DoorDash hat.
Yeah.
That
That
DoorDash
is
We
like
hat.
did
a
have that DoorDash
thing.
hat.
Yeah,
like
That
wearing
is
this
a
and
DoorDash.
we are
Man.
sitting here like thinking there's a lot of DoorDash
But-
drivers out there with
but
slim cars.
he
Or
noticed,
who are missing hats.
but they noticed him and Brandon were talking about your Super Dry.
Yes.
the collab.
The collab that Anthony and I did with Super Dry.
And they said,
Super
did you,
wet.
They were pretty impressed by it.
well, they said, Anthony, did you just crudely patch on a TRC logo onto the sleeve? And I said,
No, we had
who
those
do you think I am?
custom embroidered.
No, they were
Yeah.
bought from
Properly.
a store like that,
No,
from the
yeah,
Rad Company.
yeah, they're
fan
they're an
section.
add-on
That's
option.
official.
So,
Add-on
anyways,
option.
I guess some kids just don't understand collabs, and that's fine.
Not their fault. My favorite was Levi downstairs. So yes, guys, we do have another Levi from the Rag Company here. He asked me one day. He saw my Super Dry Master of Shine collab
Yeah.
and goes, "So do you like that Master of Shine brand? Do you like wearing that stuff? Because that's pretty cool stuff." And I
Yeah.
said, "I do actually. I really love it
Oh,
because it's
no.
my brand." And he said, "What?" And I said, "Don't worry, Levi. As another Levi of the Rag Company, I will entitle you to wear some of the Master of Shine gear."
'Cause
Yeah.
And then he goes, "What?" And he looked at me very confused. And that's when I said,
I am the master.
"I
of
said
Shine.
I am the Master of
some
Shine."
people collab
This
and
is
others
my
don't. It's just the way
jacket.
it is.
And if
This
you
is
notice,
my jacket.
one of the, I think Taylor downstairs, she was wearing an MOS hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I said, "Taylor, what's the back of your hat say?" She pulled her hat off and showed him. And he was like, "Oh, I get it. Okay.
Oh, I
Understood
get it.
now. Got it." So,
Nice.
just
But
saying.
see, every time we do the, well, it was a very, very nice place to blah, blah, blah. It turns into a sales pitch, but it's so deadpan, people actually believe you when you say
They
it.
do. But
So,
it's not
gotta
a
be- you
sales
gotta
pitch.
wield that
Other than if you
superpower
guys want to
carefully.
pick up some of the Master of Shine hats currently, theragcompany.com. You can pick up the camo full snapback hat,
Whoa.
or you can pick up the olive drab green
Yeah.
mesh trucker style
Love it.
Master of Shine edition hat.
Awesome.
Pick those up
Which-
today, ragcompany.com.
Yeah. Super popular option.
Ready in
as
time.
As a Christmas
Great
gift.
Christmas present for your friends or family.
Any-
Morgan,
anything
get
you
back
want-
to the
you want
story.
to
So
add?
what'd they
Yes.
think of the place?
They
Because it was his first time. Brando, he's always stopping
he's-
by.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been here.
We always
before.
forget that he's
Steve
hangs
thought it
out.
was very cool. Every time a friend visits, they like to see the White Room because I
Yeah.
post so many pictures over
Right.
there.
Yeah.
And I say, well, guys, let me show you where the magic happens.
Yeah. Did you show him the new studio too and the potential
No.
that one's going to have as
No,
well?
that's kind of like a surprise factor
Okay. All right.
still that I
Yeah.
have.
For an
All right.
unveiling,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For
Got
the
it in the hip
official-
pocket for
The
later.
official release.
Yeah. And that's
Gotta-
that's for the Morgan McMurry fans
Yeah.
and things
The
like that.
fan page.
Yeah,
fan
Mhm.
for Morgan McMurray fan page.
Speaking of fans, there's quite a large one in there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were trying to hang from it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you got to
Why
practice.
were you hanging from
You know what they say, Dane? If you can hang from it.
Dane, why were you hanging from that fan? Do you know how much that cost?
I just needed to make sure it was structurally up to code.
It
Morgan, please finish
Yes.
this.
There's nothing else to say. It is over now.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're glad you had an
Took a dark
awesome
turn.
weekend with your friends, and
Yeah.
you got to hang out and do some fun stuff and hit up downtown Boise for some shenanigans.
Yes.
It's always a good
clean up-
time.
and clean up some puke
And
afterwards.
clean up. Just did a quick detail.
Morgan actually has a video she'll show you guys later. It's hilarious.
Oh
Morgan
God.
details.
Oh, no.
No, it's honestly,
Start
it's,
cleaning up
no, it's
puke.
honestly probably one of the
Brandon
funniest
just throwing
videos
the water on it.
I think I've
Oh,
ever
no.
seen, which is like viral potential, but we'll get to that
Wow,
later.
love
Let me
World
guess, it's
star.
not the kind of thing that's going to appear
Yeah.
on the detailing
Dane,
channel.
No.
Take it away.
Yes.
Well, if you couldn't tell, sorry if this whole episode felt like it was kind of like down a notch, where it was just like kind of more chill.
Because it's an afternoon show.
It's an afternoon show, which
We
is
don't
always
have enough iron brew.
late in the day, and I may not have enough iron in my system.
I'm iron
But
deficient.
one thing is, I still feel like I took Dayquil, but this morning when I woke up, I had NyQuil the night before. I still feel cloudy in my head, so this whole thing has kind of been like trying to wake up. So apologies there.
Have you eaten
We'll
today?
bring more energy into this. I did eat a little while ago.
Dane, it's the
so
cold. It's the cold. It's adjusting to the colder weather. Trust
I'm
me.
just trying. I'm trying, man. I need to wake
Man.
up. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And don't worry, there's a lot more energy next time around when
Next
we
time
hit
at the Cracker
this
Barrel.
Thursday.
Oh man,
for
let's
Q&A
hope. Fingers
Thursday.
crossed.
And if that happens,
this Thursday,
I look forward to
how about
that.
you guys do your own Q&A
Yeah.
Yeah.
at your house, talking about what you're thankful for?
That's right, guys,
think it'd be
because
great.
there will not be a Q&A Thursday
I think what we
this
should
week.
do is have people post it on
False
their
alarm,
Instagram
sorry.
stories.
Yep.
Tag the Rag Company in your Instagram
Yeah.
stories or any of us.
Yeah.
And tell us what you're thankful for.
Yeah.
For
I like
for
that.
Q&A
and we'll
Thursday.
repost the best ones.
We'll repost
Yeah.
all the best ones, and I think it'll be great.
Just make sure you
Yeah.
tag the Rag Company so we can repost it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah.
got to do that. But yeah, that's a good idea. You know what? That's your mission.
That's
so
do that.
We're set. All right, guys. Till next time. Thank you and adios.
Iron Brew gets you through.